Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. We did games under the price of $1 that was overwhelmingly positive. Now, we are upping it to $2, and these games are all overwhelmingly positive. Some I've played, some I haven't, but I looked through the lineup under $2, and I picked out the games that I thought were rather interesting and games that I would honestly play as well for the ones that I haven't played yet, and add them to my wish list as well. I mean, they're so cheap. I am going to buy some games. I've actually already picked some stuff up, but you know, I gotta sit down and pick up you know, everything that I want and you know, add some games to my backlog that I won't play for 30 years. But nevertheless, let's get right into it, and let's start off with Finding Paradise, coming from Freebird Games, a story-driven experience about two doctors traversing backwards through a dying man's memories to fulfill his last wish. 16,000 reviews, 97% positive, so incredibly positive on that end. Dr. Rosaline and Dr. Watts have peculiar jobs. They give people another chance to live, all the way from the very beginning, but only in their patient's head. Due to the severity of the operation, the new life becomes the last thing the patients remember before drawing their last breath. Thus, the operation is only done to people on their deathbeds to fulfill what they wish they had done with their lives but didn't. Finding Paradise is the second full episode of the To the Moon series. It follows the life of the doctor's new patient, Colin, as they attempt to unravel a life that is split down the middle and fulfill a wish that appears to be self-contradictory by nature. Expect something emotionally narrative driven here. To the Moon is also on sale for $1.99. That is another overwhelmingly positive game, so that is available as well. A story-driven experience, again, about two doctors traversing backwards through a dying man's memory to artificially fulfill his last wish. So you can check out both of those games. To the Moon came out back in 2011, and Finding Paradise actually came out in 2017, so quite a ways later. There is the To the Moon Anniversary Bundle available, but check those out, To the Moon and Finding Paradise. Next up, we have Hotline Miami, 80% off for $1.99. Overwhelmingly positive on this, 85,000 reviews, 97% positive. I mean, Hotline Miami, to me, is an absolute classic. It's a game that is so fun to just jump in and play. Great soundtrack, great visual aesthetics that are a bit of a throwback. Yes, it's bloody as all hell, but it's pixel blood. Like, you know, take that for what you will, and $1.99 for Hotline Miami, I think, is great, so certainly do check that out. The Walking Dead Season 1, 45,000 reviews at 97% positive, 90% off for $1.49. I know some of you guys aren't crazy about your narrative-driven titles that aren't gameplay-heavy whatsoever. This is a point-and-click narrative-driven adventure game, and that might not be for everyone, and if it's not for you, I would still recommend giving Walking Dead Season 1 a chance because it is $1.49, and you guys, the game is so good. This is a game that, from a narrative standpoint, I thought was incredible, an absolute emotional roller coaster, and by the end, you might draw some tears. Now, I was 15 years old when I initially played this, so, like, you know, your boy did shed some tears at the end, but I was 15, you know, cut me a break, and I am more of an emotional dude, you know, it is what it is. I got that from my mama, like, I can't control it, you guys, but 90% off for $1.49. Walking Dead is great, and Season 2 is really good as well. Season 3 and 4 are good, but, like, Walking Dead Season 1 sets such a high bar for it that I feel like, you know, it's unfortunate that the subsequent seasons didn't live up to that. But $1.49, great deal there for sure. Next up, let's just go through the Valve titles all at once. Portal 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead 2, Half-Life 2. All those are $1.99. They're all amazing. Y'all already know the deal with all of those games. If you're one of the 2 people that are watching this channel and don't own this game, slap yourself and then buy all these games. Portal even, I'm not a big puzzle guy, but Portal from a design standpoint is so incredible that I feel like even if you're not a puzzle game fan, you should give Portal a shot because it might end up blowing you away because it certainly did for me. Yeah, $1.99 on that is great, and Portal 1 is very much worthwhile playing. Left 4 Dead 2, great, and Half-Life 2, definitely a good shout there. The orange box, by the way, that's $1.99. So actually, yeah, go check that out because that includes Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2, that's all baked in there. Portal as well. So yeah, definitely go check out the orange box if you want both Half-Life 2 and Portal. Half-Life 2 was recently just given away for free, so, you know, it is what it is as far as that's concerned. The Room 2, 75% off for $1.24. We actually mentioned the first Room in our under $1 video. That's overwhelmingly positive. These games were notable on iOS, then they got ported to PC as well. Overwhelmingly positive on this, 18,000 reviews, 97% positive. Unique events transport you to the halls of a long-forgotten underground crypt. The only means of escape lies locked within a stone pedestal, along with a note from your mysterious ally. His words promise assistance, but only serve to entice you into a compelling world of mystery and exploration. Overwhelmingly positive again. If you're into a point-and-click puzzle titles, another one to check out here. Inside, 90% off for $1.99, done by Playdead, the developers of Limbo. Inside is a very atmospheric platformer, very dark aesthetic, haunted and alone. A boy finds himself drawn into the center of a dark project. Inside is a dark, narrative-driven platformer combining intense action with challenging puzzles. It has been critically acclaimed for its moody art style, ambient soundtrack, and unsettling atmosphere. And they really got the vibe right for both Limbo and Inside. I feel like Inside didn't gain the traction that Limbo got, but it was just as good. So I would definitely recommend it for $1.99. Great price point there. Castle Crashers, $1.49 on this is just disgustingly good. This is one of the best co-op games, in my opinion, on Steam. Yes, like, it's up there with the Left 4 Dead 2s and all of those other. There's a lot of great co-op titles on Steam, don't get me wrong, but Castle Crashers, in my opinion, is such a tremendous game, and it totally fits the vibe of, like, the holiday spirit, I feel. I feel like, you know, the Christmas, the holidays, it's all about good vibes. It's all about having a good time. And what represents a good time more than Castle Crashers? I feel like Castle Crashers does exactly that. You're all feeling joyful about life, at least hopefully, you know, hopefully. I know things are not always great, but hopefully you're feeling joyful about life with your friends and family, jumping together, 4-player squad. It's an awesome action beat 'em up, a great art style, charming as all hell for $1.49. I think it's great, definitely would recommend that. It's one of those games that's so easy to go back to every couple of years and just have a great time with. The Last Campfire, $1.49 on this. This was done by Hello Games. It's one of those games that they don't get a lot of attention for because, you know, they did No Man's Sky, and that game, you know, gets updates every now and again, and they're doing a phenomenal job with that game. But The Last Campfire is a shorter adventure, a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for a meaning and a way home. Overwhelmingly positive reception on this, 10,388 reviews, 97% positive. Really strong reception there. Very much a shorter game, definitely totally different than Hello Games' No Man's Sky, but, you know, it was nice of them to, like, drop just this out of nowhere and do another game alongside updating No Man's Sky like a billion times, which, you know, great. I've raved about No Man's Sky and what they do with that game, but they're an incredibly talented studio. $1.49 on Last Campfire. Before Your Eyes, this is an overwhelmingly positively received game, 97%, 14,158 reviews, 80% off for $1.99. Embark on an emotional first-person narrative adventure where you control the story and affect its outcomes with your real-life blinks. With this innovative technique, you will fully immerse yourself in a world of memories, both joyous and heartbreaking, as your whole world life flashes before your eyes. Very, very colorful art style, more of like, I don't really know what to compare it to. Honestly, I like get vibes of like a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, and I've made that comparison with a couple games. That's like the most cartoon aesthetic that I feel like some games implement, and it totally, to me, harkens back to that. But nevertheless, Before Your Eyes, $1.99 on that. The Forest, 90% off for $1.99. Incredible price point for a game that, you know, the genre isn't up my alley, but Forest is obviously incredibly well received. 492,000 reviews, 95% positive, and 83 on Metacritic as well. As the lone survivor of a passenger jet crash, you find yourself in a mysterious forest battling to stay alive against a society of cannibalistic mutants. Build, explore, survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator. So that's obviously a great price. FlatOut 2, if you're into your destructive racing titles, combat racers, this is going to be a good shout. Experience the drive of your life as you throw yourself around on and off the track, causing fences to shatter, tire walls to explode, water tanks and barrels fly across track into other cars as well. 15,464 reviews, 96% positive. Certainly a throwback with FlatOut, but one that if you're into your action racer is going to be a worthwhile pickup as well, especially at this price point. Killing Floor 1, 90% off for $1.99. I mean, this is a great price for a great co-op title. Killing Floor 2 is heavily discounted as well. It's $1.49 as well, and that game does not meet the overwhelmingly positive threshold as of recording this video, but Killing Floor 1 does. So if you want a co-op action title, another one to check out there. Glass Masquerade, a relaxing puzzler. Welcome to Glass Masquerade, an artistic puzzle game inspired by Art Deco and stained glass artisans of the 20th century. You need to combine hidden glass pieces to unveil clocks and themes exhibited by various cultures of the world at the International Times exhibition. overwhelmingly positive, 5,000 reviews, 96% positive, 65% off for $1.74. So check that out if you're into more aesthetically pleasing puzzlers. Next up, SteamWorld Dig 2. I've been raving about this game and its price point. 90% off for $1.99 is legitimate highway robbery for how good this game is. It's a great Metroidvania, and it's got a great art style, great gameplay. The Metroidvania market is just so... I don't even want to say oversaturated because all of the games are so good, or a lot of the games are so good, but games like SteamWorld Dig 2, games like Guacamelee just fall under the radar a little bit, and it's a shame because the games are really good. If you're into Metroidvanias and action platformers, you'll enjoy this quite a bit. Definitely check it out for $1.99. Next up, we got LYNE. 60% off for $1.19. Deceptively simple, infinitely complex, LYNE is a minimalist puzzle game that will knot your brain as it calms your soul. Connect the shapes, fill the board, lose yourself in the inner flowing paths of LYNE. Overwhelmingly positive reception on this. 7,093 reviews, 95% positive there, so check that out. One Finger Death Punch 2, action beat-em-up title here. The world's fastest brawler is back, experiencing cinematic kung fu and the most epic stickman fighter ever made. Staying true to the original, you play with only 2 buttons. Every press matters. Do not button mash either. 3,500 reviews, 96% positive, and $1.99 on that. And then lastly, Nightmare of Decay. For those of you that like your, throwback horror titles, this is one to check out. A first-person action horror game set in a nightmarish manner, infested with zombies, psychotic cultists, and a horde of other horrors. Utilize an assortment of different weapons in a brutal fight for survival as you try to escape the Nightmare of Decay. 60% off for $1.99. Overwhelmingly positive on this. 3,481 reviews. 96% positive there. But that is going to do it for me. Again, I see the comments. I know you guys want me to cover a variety of different games. It's a lot of, how many times can I recommend Mass Effect, Crisis games, Mirror's Edge, so on and so forth. I get it. I try to focus on the games I've played, and there's so many games that it's hard to cover everything, but if you guys are okay with me covering and mentioning a lot of titles that are received well, but I haven't played, I'll bring them to your guys' attention, and I do want to widen my gaming palette, but you guys gotta remember, I'm one man. I've got a life outside of video games as well, that playing everything under the sun becomes a little bit difficult, but it is what it is. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Links to everything in the description box below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.